In de marge van de presentatie van het seizoen 26-27 stelde Bozar afgelopen week ook een nieuwe piano voor. Deze werd in Hamburg bij Steinway & Sons vakkundig gekozen door een afvaardiging van Bozar, pianos Mane en door pianist Pavel Kolesnikov. Maar waarom was er een nieuwe piano nodig en hoe kies je uiteindelijk het perfecte instrument? Jeroen van Akker van Bozar en pianist Pavel Kolesnikov leggen uit hoe ze die moeilijke keuze maakten.
Yeah, there's a kind of system, I would say. Here we have 3 grand pianos, 1 for the small hall, 2 for the main hall, and to have a rotating system where when the piano is 24 years old, the piano is replaced by a new one, and this was the case. That's why this was the moment in January to go and pick a new piano in Hamburg.
Every 24 years you need a new piano. Has it to do with the sound of the piano? Is it getting better or is it getting worse?
No, not necessarily, because there are a lot of people and pianists who like the sound of older pianos, or even historical pianos, of course. But what is interesting is that at a certain moment you have to replace elements of the piano, technical parts, anyhow, and this is also a big cost. So it's, let's say, a way of governing this situation, to buy a new one at a moment where an older one would need a lot of renovation. It starts with the choice of a pianist to accompany the piano partner Mane and Bozar to Hamburg to do this selection process. In fact, it's a quite big responsibility for the pianist, because of course we are there to help, to listen, but no one better than a wonderful pianist can feel and hear the instrument and imagine what it would be like in the hall of Bozar.
In this case, this pianist is Pavel Kolesnikov. Pavel, so you joined the people from Bozar to Hamburg, to Steinway & Sons, to choose a new piano.
I was very honored, of course, to be asked, and it's a great pleasure for me because I love this hall, I love this city. I spent a lot of time here at different times in my life, and of course, to choose a piano for a hall like this is in a way to influence its identity, because you see, while the string players or wind players or singers are coming to perform with their own instrument, the pianists are stuck with the one that is there. So when we were approaching this selection, of course, the main thought for us was not just simply choosing the piano that we liked, but the piano that would be useful for the hall, that would complement the acoustics of the hall, and work as a part of this big situation.
Yeah, because in this hall, of course, you have a symphonic orchestra and a piano, but you would also play the piano as a solo artist.
It's a hall where both situations are happening, so you need a versatile instrument. Also, you have to keep in mind that this is a very large hall, and there is always a difficult, problematic situation when you have a large hall where recitals are also happening, and you need a piano that not only projects well, but has all the finesse and the colors.
So you, as a pianist, are the best placed to do so and to help making that difficult choice. It's a large responsibility, I suppose. So you come in Hamburg and then you go to Steinway & Sons and there are 10 pianos. And what do you do then?
Typically, you have 10 pianos when you do a selection at Steinway, because to have any more would be very confusing, and to have any less would be a bit too narrow, because each piano is absolutely different, and this is something that is very important to understand. While Steinway makes the piano, each piano is made in the same way, and it has the same kind of parts that are there. It is largely handmade, and each piano has completely individual character in terms of sound, in terms of its projection, in terms of the colors that the sound yields, and so on. So there is no piano that is completely the same as the other one. And when you arrive there, and that those 10 pianos in a row, of course you start by trying all of them. It's important to make notes because you will forget, and you start getting confused. So there were 3 of us actively participating in the choice, and we were all making notes, not comparing them in the beginning, but then as we started eliminating pianos that we thought were definitely not suitable for one or another reason, then we started comparing notes, and it was very beneficial that the person from Mana who was with us was also able to play, so I could play myself and then listen to someone else playing from the side, because that of course also is something that you can approximate, but you need to make sure that the piano sounds from afar, it sounds the way you expect it to sound.
Yeah, because as a pianist you sit behind the piano, but then your audience is in the concert hall.
Exactly. As a pianist you never manage to hear yourself, and sometimes there are very deceptive kind of pianos that feel so wonderful when you as a pianist play, and you are surrounded with this soft cloud of sound that is so pleasant, but then for instance the sound may not be projecting in the same way the audience, and the audience would be hearing something which is quite different from what you would expect as a performer. So that is also something to be avoided, and we were in a good position to work against that in particular. And then we finally narrowed down our choice to I think 3 or 4 pianos, and then we compared them very, very precisely, and we compared all their characteristics. We had a break and then reconsideration of all that, and then I think we arrived unanimously to a decision that was it's interesting for me because it's not the piano that I would choose for my home. That was maybe not my favorite piano in the selection, but when I'm choosing for a hall like this, I need to think also about other people who are going to be playing it. I will be very lucky to be playing it next season, but there will be many more people who are not me playing this piano, and I need to take into consideration what is the repertoire that is going to be most often performed here. What are the kind of the concerts? What are the tastes of my colleagues that I'm aware of? And try to think about all those things, and then choose the piano that suits for the hall as acoustical space, and also for that situation, the particular situation of the programming that is happening in the hall.
So finally, what was the best piano? What were the best characteristics?
Well, we tried not to go for a piano that is all-rounded, but has no interesting characteristics. So I think that this piano still has a little bit of tilt towards the beauty and finesse of sound, the richness of sound, the amount of colors that are possible to extract from the piano, the sensitivity of the keyboard, the quickness of reactions of the keyboard. But also we were really thinking about the projection and the way the sound is going to fill the hall. So we didn't go for the pianos that were extremely powerful but didn't have interesting enough sound. We didn't go for the pianos that had really beautiful sound, but it would be a little bit too small for this hall. I think we found a really nice compromise, and I hate the word compromises, but I actually feel very convinced about this piano. I think it has very strong character, and it's powerful enough for this hall.
Jeroen, after 24 years, the piano gets replaced, but as you said before, the piano that is now here is not at its full potential. Why is that?
Yeah, it needs to be played a lot. In fact, to open up, and the sound is not yet opened up enough. We had this experience where we had the older piano and the newest one next to each other for a piano concerto. It's the only time we used it already, because the instrument is here since 3 months, and we use it for rehearsals, but not yet in concert. And you could hear the difference in sound, not only because these are two different instruments, but also because the new one still has to open up. The sound has to be projected even more, and that is done by playing on it, but also by working on it by a piano tuner. And this is a process that needs to happen, and this will not take for ages, of course. And it's because that is the magic of piano. We are talking here about a Steinway & Sons grand piano, which is a wonderful instrument. Every Steinway & Sons grand piano is a wonderful instrument. All these instruments are made in the same way, with the same materials, and still there is so much difference in between these instruments. For me, that's kind of magic. The kaleidoscope of colors and characteristics and qualities of pianos. It's an amazing cosmos, let's say. And so we have now 2 stars here in this big hall of this cosmos, and one has to shine a little bit more yet, and that will be the case in a few months.
Any idea when the first time it will be on stage?
It will be on stage for the recital of Pavel, and we will prepare it also as he wishes it, because that's also something. You can also change the sound of the piano to the wishes of the pianist, and the tuner does that. And there's always, before every recital, there's a conversation with the piano tuner to adapt things. It can be technical, it can be the sound. So yeah, it's a living organism where you can work with, and then you have the pianists, and because every pianist also makes another sound out of the same instrument. So that's what makes it exciting.